In this lesson, we're going to look at how to play audio in Adobe Animate. So this is going to be really useful for your app in loading audio for your buttons, or just having some background music playing, or some more dynamic content. If you're really adventurous, you could even do some voiceovers and let voiceovers play and read the book for you. When it comes to audio, that's where the real interactive stuff comes in. So in this lesson, we're going to look at how to download copyright-free audio, how to add audio to your main scene, how to add audio to a movie clip, how to make audio last longer, how to add audio to a button, and then how to unload audio to stop it from repeating and causing a few glitches. And then finally, we'll just test our projects. So ahead of time again, I've gone ahead and I've created a new folder called Sound Playing Buttons. That's inside of my Adobe Animate Interactions project. I've also created a new project called Playing Audio in Adobe Animate. You can call yours whatever you want, it's completely up to you. And it's got the same sort of setup as the last time. So it's got these 3 scenes, it's got stop actions on all the scenes on the first frame. Each scene is labeled, so front page, page 1 and page 2. And then we have this next button that runs all the way through. I've added a new layer called sounds, where I can put a sound in for each of these layers. So pause the video now and just get that set up so you're ready to go. Once again, it's the same as lesson 1, so if you want to just copy from that, that's fine as well. So the first thing is where can we get audio from? If you come online here, and we'll have this royalty-free music from Ben Sound, and it's really important that you do get royalty-free, just so you can use it. Now these ones, you do have to pay a price if you're using it for commercial reasons, but for our little project we'll be absolutely fine. The one that I've downloaded is this Acoustic Breeze, so you just click the download button and then you choose the Creative Commons license, which means as long as you're not using it for getting money from it, then you can do it. It will download straight away. You don't need an account for this. Once you've downloaded it from your downloads folder, I'd like you to move it and put it into this new folder you've created, this Sound Playing Buttons folder, just so you've got it ready to go. The next website that I use is freesound.org. Freesound.org is fantastic for sound effects and things like that. So all I did was typed in button sound, went through, and then I downloaded it by clicking on this button here and then pressing the download button. You will need an account to download from this page. Just use your school's account, that'll be absolutely fine. So once you've got your files downloaded like I have here, you're ready to go. So the first thing is, how do we get a sound file into a scene? So select the frame and the layer that you want to put it on, and then you just drag it to the stage. So I'm going to use the background one first, this Ben Sound one, as my background track, and I click it on here and it will load into this one here, which is actually what I want it to do. Now the other thing I need to do straight away is unload the sound. So I have a little bit of a snippet code here, and I'm just going to load it. So if I press F9 and then come into this first action, and at the bottom I just want to press Control V, and it's this one here. So it says create JS dot capital S sound dot stop bracket bracket semicolon. Now we're going to need to put this on all of our stop frames. If we don't, the sound will just keep going and it becomes a bit of a mess actually. So that's how we're going to unload the sound. So I'm going to click on this next one and I'm going to create a few and press Ctrl V just to paste it in there. Create js.sound.stop brackets semicolon. Don't forget the capital S in sound, otherwise it won't work. And then let's do this last one just to make sure it works there. So as long as you've got that on all your stop frames, once you press the next button, it will unload that sound ready for the next sound to play. So let's just give this a try. So if I press Control S now, just to save our project, and then Control Enter and let it load. So the first time it won't play, but if I press next, it won't play on this time, but it will play on the next time. So that's a bit of a glitch really, and that's because it kind of didn't know really what to do. But now it will just keep playing, and that's why the unload is so important. So when I press next, it will unload it, and there you go, it's unloaded. If I hadn't unloaded the sound, it would have just keep playing, which is a real nuisance. So although you can do it like this, it's not actually the best way of doing it. So what I'm going to do in order to unload this sound now is I can just come over to my library I can select this audio and I can just press delete and it will take it out of there. What you might want to do instead is to load it into some kind of symbol. So if we create some kind of offstage placeholder, for instance, and then double click on it and then convert this to symbol. So we're just going to create a movie clip, and we're going to call it background sound 1. Oops. Okay, and then press OK. So now what we should be able to do is come into here and then load that sound up again. So here we go, put it on the stage. Now, as you can see, it will only take up 1 frame, so it won't actually play. But if we, so right, I want it to play for 5 seconds. So we right click and we insert frame. Now, when we play our clip, we should, throughout that first clip, because this symbol is there, it should just play that as background music. So Control Save, Control S, and then Control Enter to play it. And let's see what happens. No, not yet. It's not playing on that first run for some reason. Let's try it one more time. Let's go round and see if we get it on the second one. And there you go. And there you go. So you do have to watch out for it, kind of this unloading thing. So there's 2 ways of doing it, and you'll have to play around with that to try and stop it from glitching. But it really depends on what you want. So there's the first thing. And next thing, so let me just delete this. Next and last thing, so let me unload that Ben's sound and let me unload this background sound because we don't need that, is how to apply it to a button. So we've got this next button selected, so let's unlock it. If we select it like this, and we're just going to apply it to our over button. So if we right click and insert keyframe, and the same thing again, as long as we've got this over selected, we can just grab our clip, our audio, and place it on. Now this time, there it is. So when we press the down button, from now on, it should give us a little click sound. So press Control S, press Enter. There we go. So it works. Control Enter this time. And press Next. Eventually it plays. It's a bit glitchy, but the audio's in there and that kind of works. So that's kind of what we want. How to make it longer, how to put it into a main scene, how to put it into a movie clip, and how to put it into a button. You might want to go a bit sparing with how you use audio. As you can see, that there are a few little funny things that don't always pan out the way you want them to. But it's a bit of trial and error more than anything else. So for this assessment, I'd like you to have your buttons making a sound, and I'd like you to have some background audio. And if you could do a screencast for me just to show me that you've got that completed, that would be great. And I'll see you in the next lesson.